Why you got so many necklaces? Why you got necklace?
Hi.
Hey, everybody. Hey, guys. I have to take my vitamins. 1 second.
Why you got so many necklaces? Why you got necklace?
Is it a bad idea that I'm going to a dance with a guy I've never met, his friends?
I don't know. You're young. You're young. Have fun. All right. Down the hatch. What's up, Blues Dink? How are you guys? What's going on? What's going on with the people of the chat?
White people be like,
Please stop streaming early. Stop being a baby, okay? People that needed early streams didn't get them for fucking 9 months, honestly. So you're gonna have to put up with it. It's time to share, all right? It's time to be considerate and share it with your fellow community members.
white people be like,
Hope you're feeling better. COVID sucks balls.
Hope you're feeling better. I don't mean to blame you, but right as I read that message, I started to feel a headache. It was like, it like came on to me for a second. It's not your fault, but it did happen right as I read your message. I have a spell for that. Well,
Why you got so many necklaces?
Well
Why you got
then.
necklace?
I have gone through kaksi relationships in this time, been missing stream so bad, can't wait to be back. Aksel vai.
I've gone through 2 relationships in this time, been missing stream so bad, can't wait to be back. Wait, what? What's going on? I think you just hate your chatters. I love my chatters. Totally. All the time. Every day of my life, I love them. You want to kill me. I don't want to kill you, Kayak. I don't really want to kill anyone, to be honest with you. Even my deepest enemies in the world, I don't want to kill them because I don't want to inconvenience my own life because of them. You know what I mean? Would I be opposed to some of them, like, you know, perishing? Maybe not. Would I do it myself? Fuck no. Why would I give them more of my life?
Why you got so many necklaces? Why you got necklace?
Hello hymiö.
I would rather die than inconvenience myself in any way. I hate this song. See, you guys, here's what happens in this chat, okay? You guys say anything that I dislike, you say, oh, you just don't like fun, you're a piece of shit. But then here's something that is fun that I like, and it gets hate by one person. Yeah, it's a cute little song. It's, you know, makes me feel all nice and good. This song just annoys me. I can't describe why. I'm not going to psychoanalyze you, but I will psychoanalyze you. It's because you're a bitter person. That's the only reason why anyone would hate this song. Me, on the other hand, I'm a very happy and positive individual. Which is why I love the song. It resonates with me. Because it's kind of like, this song is me. Why are you getting so personal today? I thought you guys wanted like a more personal approach. People have been saying I haven't been farming the parasocial aspect enough recently. So here I am. I'm getting more personal with you. Like Tomato Wizard 4. How was your day? Where do you work? Do you go to school? What's the name of your parents? In my chambers. Dickwad behavior? Did you just call me a dickwad? Fuck, dude, I'm out of songs. All right, there's gonna be no more music this stream. We're gonna sit in silence. So we're just gonna enjoy each other's company. We don't need music. All right, put the fucking listen,
White people
Melanie.
be like,
Put the fucking iPad
Hi.
down for 1 second and let's enjoy each other's company. All right, you and I, let's sit here and let's you know, let's talk. What's up? You sing? No, I'm not gonna sing. Who the fuck is Melanie? There has to be one Melanie in this chat, right? At least one, right? There's no way that I picked the one name that is not present.
white people be like,
Aksel hippo.
Put a 1 in chat if your name is Melanie. My cousin is Melanie. Well, your cousin's not here, which is the problem. Put on rain sounds. A Melanie flirts with my boyfriend at work. Listen, IG Morosis, you got some... Seems like you got some, like, crazy relationship drama going on. Tell us more. Honestly, I'm all here for it. Can you play the Rainforest Cafe playlist? All right, let's check this out. Rainforest Cafe. Let's see what comes on. Rainforest Cafe. I'm singing She Used to Be Mine, so we aren't sitting in complete silence. Okay. Please play White Noise. I never really have understood white noise or brown noise or whatever other colors there are for the noises. Never really. It's just nice. It's not, though. It's the equivalent of someone fucking crawling up to your ear and just going, I can't sit in silence. I just can't. There's better things to put on. You know, that's not, those sounds aren't the only possible things that you can put on. I can't sit in silence because I have tinnitus. And sometimes when I sit in silence long enough, it starts overpowering everything else in my presence. I've never listened to music. I listen to white noise. If I sit in silence, I go crazy. Oh, we know, Darian BG. You got like 6 movies and 20 songs playing at the same time. You're special. What is brown noise? It's like white noise, but even worse. Actually, I think white noise is worse. Hold on, let me do a quick comparison. Let's see. See, I'd rather put on like a wave. You know what I mean? Because this kind of sounds like a wave, but what it really sounds like is there's just nonstop wind and water spewing in through the fucking windows. And I don't know if anyone else had this like poverty experience as a kid, but I'm never truly able to relax when it's raining outside because when I was like 12, my roof used to leak when it would rain. So instead of being able to like relax the sound of rain hitting the window, I'd be really fucking stressed out that there was like water entering my house. So now, like, even though that's not happening anymore, I still have this reaction in my brain that I need to go get like a bucket and a bowl to like get the water. And I have this anxiety, this like pit in my stomach that just won't go away. I used to literally cry when it would start raining because it was literally like, dude, it's such like a fuck you, man. It's such a fuck you from the universe. Because it's like you're already poor, you already fucking hate your life, and then like the one thing you could enjoy because you do have a house is taken away from you because your house starts leaking water. And while everybody else is having the time of their life, you're there with buckets that are fucking filling up that you need to empty because there's so much water spewing in. Hold on, brown noise. Let's check brown noise. Where do you empty the buckets? I would just drink them. Nah, this is scary. This is scary as fuck. Somebody said pink noise. Is that real? Pink noise. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. Is there green noise? Green noise. Nah. Y'all just put on some waves, okay? Be a normal person. Don't... If you close your eyes to, like, white noise or brown noise, you're getting yourself in heaps of trouble. Trees and the wind sounds. Just open the window for white noise. Dude, one time I opened my window for like the nighttime ambience, and then my upstairs neighbors had their window open and they were having sex. So like literally all I was just listening to was like people having sex. And it just was not like, it was not like the moment that I wanted to have it all, man. Why didn't you close the window? I did close the window, and then I realized, oh wait, I can still hear. I was still able to like, the fucking vibrations from the bed were like fucking literally moving shit around in my room. So should have moaned back. Here's the thing is, right, I'm convinced that you will never hear your bottom neighbors. I've never heard my bottom neighbors. I could scream and squeal in here like a pig. They'll never hear me. It's the bottom ones that I got to worry about. You know, they'll hear me. The top neighbors, they'll never hear me. I fucked up the orientation. All right. I fucked up the orientation, but you get what I mean. You know what I mean? Like the top neighbors will never hear you. Because I don't know, it's just, I guess cuz it's the way it works. Unless there's a hole in your ceiling, because your fucking top neighbors are a bunch of fucking assholes that don't know how to renovate an apartment. So they just fucking put a hole in your ceiling and then act like it's not even there. And then you can peek in through their apartment, through the fucking hole. And sometimes when they're sweeping the floor, they send a bunch of garbage onto your bed and make you want to fucking kill yourself because you're already depressed. And then you realize my neighbors are literally shoveling shit onto me because why does anything fucking matter? I have pictures of it. I don't know where the pictures are. I've shown them on stream before. That is a real thing that happened to me in quarantine. When I wanted to die the most, that is something that happened to me. And then they would start drilling. They would drill all day. This is why I'm also a terrible neighbor, is because dude, I have literally never had a good neighbor in my life. They've all like kind of tried to ruin my life in one way or another. Especially when I lived in the countryside, man. Those motherfuckers were crazy. It was this old lady that lived with like her 5 or 6 sons that were all like 40 years old. And she had like a hold on these boys. God. Fuck. Oh, that's good. Water's good. Emotional incest moment. What the fuck is emotional incest? Emotional incest. Emotional incest, also called the covert incest, describes an unhealthy family dynamic where a parent relies on their child for emotional and practical advice and support. Do they really got to put the word incest in there? Like when your parent treats you like a spouse? That's scary. Just gonna put it out there, like, I'm not crazy about incest. I'm glad we finally agreed on something. You say you're inbred? First of all, I say a lot of things. Second of all, even if I was inbred, you don't choose to be inbred. You being inbred says nothing about you. Nobody chooses to be inbred. It's the whole point. The people before you chose to make you inbred. Anyways, everybody in Europe is fucking inbred. Let's just be honest, okay? Have you seen the way that some of us look? We're inbred, man. Like, it's just true. It's enough fucking around. It's true. Is that why you said I look a little European? No, here's the thing, right? I don't mean this in no bad way, but if Prezzo was Finnish, I wouldn't be surprised at all. Like, if Prezzo starts one of his streams like, Tervetuloa, I'd be like, oh yeah, okay. No, that actually makes perfect sense. I'm like 2% Finnish. Bro, I'm like 150% Estonian. Because of the inbreeding. I thought Prezzo was gay. Prezzo is not even gay. Okay? Like, here's what you guys don't realize. He's not even fucking gay. Like, you all fell for it. Because you guys are so gullible. Anyways, Chloe Ovi, Spragnorf, AC Bob AC, It's Danica, IG Morosis, Hello Kitty, Callie Toots, King Julian's Foot, Snoopy Ash. Can I have a pineapple one? Here's the crazy thing about gummy bears. I don't really care about pineapple flavoring ever. Don't care about pineapple for itself. I just literally could not give a shit. But the pineapple ones go fucking hard. The gummy bears, they might be my favorite gummy bears. The pineapple gummy bears taste like nuts. Well, you clearly have never fucking tasted nuts because they don't taste anything like this. Guys, crazy COVID update. Yesterday, or I would say more than yesterday, I basically slept for like 20 hours. I woke up at one point and I was up for like 3 hours. And then I said, I'm going to take a nap. And I passed out for like 6 hours. And then I woke up for 2 hours, made food. And after that, I was like, oh man, I could go for another nap. So I laid down on my couch in the most uncomfortable position possible, So I was like, okay, if I'm in an uncomfortable position, I'll nap for a little bit, but I won't fall asleep. And then I
Aksel,
fell asleep for 7 hours, curled up on my couch like a fucking baby. And I woke up and like my neck was all fucked up, and I was like, holy shit. I looked at the time and was like, fuck, I was supposed to like go live 6 hours ago. And then I woke up from my couch. I sat down on my bed for a second and I fell asleep again. And I woke up once again 6 hours later. And at that point I was like, holy fucking shit, what the fuck is going on? It was ridiculous. I had all these plans and stuff. And bro, my brain fog is so bad that I'm not present right now. Okay? I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm talking and I look like I'm here. I'm not here right now. I don't even feel like a person right now. But I'm here. But not really. You took too much Benadryls. I haven't taken shit. All right. I took this COVID on head on natural. All right. And I'm winning. So I woke up, made a bunch of food, and then did what? Dude, I have been doing nothing. Like literally nothing. I don't know what I do. I think I just lay down in bed and stare at the ceiling and then get out of bed to eat and then do the same thing. Like I don't know what's happening. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm doing nothing. Absolutely nothing.
hey you.
Like I watched an episode of Parks and Rec today. I don't know why I even did that. Like what did my fucking brain revert to 2015? I just put it on and I watched it and it was like pretty funny. But I don't know why I did. I wasn't on my, like, I didn't plan to do that. I can't keep living this way. And then I got Burger King for some fucking reason. Look. Burger King. Why? Because the craziest thing is, I don't know what the listen. For some reason, in the last 3 hours, I ate a whole Burger King meal, and then I was like, you know what? I want gummy bears. So then I ordered these gummy bears, and then I drank a bottle of Coke, and now I feel like my stomach is probably like, this is not good. Orange. Oh. I just can't be fucked anymore. You know what I mean? I think COVID has made me realize I can't be fucked to do anything. Like absolutely nothing. I can't like I don't even want to sleep. I'm in this like I don't know. I don't want to do anything. I don't know how to explain it. I need this COVID thing to end right now, so I feel like doing anything in my life, you know? Because right now I'm like, oh, I can't even watch a movie. I'm like, what the fuck? It's fun to eat the worst shit imaginable when you're sick. Yeah. It is. And then you feel worse. You feel so much worse. You feel terrible about yourself. But I guess that's part of the charm, right? I woke up early today, tired as I couldn't go back to sleep. Just earned 50 egg points. Heck yeah. That's awesome. Me eating half a thing of Ben & Jerry's ice cream, then immediately throwing it up, all up 10 minutes later. Dude. I'll have Ben & Jerry's maybe like once every 3 years. It's like really expensive here, and to be honest with you, I don't even think it's like that good. I don't know. I think they try a little bit too hard. It's like good, like don't get me wrong, but I don't think it's like the ice cream, you know what I mean? Like you would think it's the ice cream with how much it's talked about and how like every fucking place like loves to shove it in your face, but it's not. It's just not it. All right? What is the ice cream then? I don't know, like anything else to be honest with you, because anything else is cheaper. I don't feel like paying that much for ice cream that I don't even want, really. But they have better flavors. I haven't even said anything about any of the flavors. I think all of the flavors are, I mean, they're like, okay. It's just like there's too much going on, man. Like, what do you mean there's huge bits of cake in this? I'm trying to eat ice cream, not cake. You know? Like, is it really that necessary? Like, let's relax a little bit, Jerry or Ben, whichever one decided to shove a whole cake in there. All right? Like, I don't need this right now. I just want ice cream. Well, then eat around it? Well, no, because then what you're saying, it makes no fucking sense. Well, then eat around it. But then why did I even get it in the first place? Which is why I don't get it. And instead, I get like an ice cream sandwich that's way cheaper and it is way yummier. And it's way more simple. It's fucking ice cream, all right? You don't need to get crazy with it. Ice cream in its most simplest form, even vanilla ice cream, is goated. You don't need anything crazy. You don't. It's okay. You can if you want. I mean, at the end of the day, it's your meal. You know what I mean? I'm not going to tell you how to eat your ice cream. You can buy as much Ben and Jerry's for yourself as much as as much as you need. But, you don't need to, is what I'm saying. Oh man, I want one of those chocolate chip cookie ice cream sandwiches right now. See? It's the little things in life, man. Ugh. Oh, dude, I'd love a good milkshake. I want to get... Here's the thing is, right? It's... an Oreo shake actually might be one of the greatest things ever made. You know what I mean? Like... It's... Feels like it would be one of those things that's like kind of a gimmick. But it actually is insane. Like, it's... This place near my house used to do Oreo shakes. And I'd get one and I would just fucking suck there. I would suck on it and I would moan. I would take it all in because it was just nonstop. Like some of the greatest flavoring I've ever tasted in my life. It was amazing. Seriously. Anything Oreo so good. To be honest with you, the worst Oreo flavored things are just Oreos by themselves. You know what I mean? Like they're okay, but like I don't really care that much. Put it in a shake and then now we're talking. There's too much Oreo stuff. I do agree that like whenever a restaurant wants to be a little silly with their menu and they don't actually know what to do, they end up putting an Oreo thing on there. And at that point it's like, okay, well, relax now. Okay, let's do something different maybe because every fucking place has this now. But I also don't, I'm not I'm not that angry. I'm not super angry about it because at the end of the day, it's good. This is making me need a Dairy Queen Blizzard. Dairy Queen's like pretty good. I don't know. Sadie in class, don't make me start giggling and get me kicked out of the class. Here's the crazy thing is, Stompa. You might have lost VIP, but now you have like... now it's like I can't... I will see every single one of your messages because on my screen, your messages take up like a good like 15% of the chat box every time you message, because it says there's this huge box around it and it says suspicious user. And it's like, you literally like, I will never miss another message you ever send again.
Why you got
Like
so many
never again.
necklace? Why you got necklace?
Even if I tried,
He
I would
Aksel.
see it. Why did he lose VIP? Because when he got drunk, he came into this chat and said something about Ice Spice dropping a log in his mouth or something like that. I don't mean to repeat it, but that is what happened. And I banned him for like a day. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to put you on blast like that on main. I should have kept it a secret. Many people consider me a suspicious man, mysterious and nonchalant. He should have more repercussions for that. No, for real. Seriously. I just kind of love how you can't really see my body. It's kind of just like this black void that like doesn't really even exist. Oh God. You know, I always think, oh man, I'm actually feeling a lot better today. And then I go live and like I don't want to move my arms because of how tired I am. Like that is genuinely the position that I'm in right now. I don't want to move my arms. I just don't want to move at all. I feel terrible. I'm not like stereotypically sick. I'm not coughing. I don't have boogies up my nose. You know? But like I'm so exhausted. You're the prettiest man alive even when you're tired. Oh, thanks. See, we need more chat messages like that. I think. Also, what the fuck was going on my alt Twitter where I said, I'm like if Baby Girl was a 23-year-old balding man. And then all the replies said, this made me gag. Like, what do you mean it made you gag? Well, it's not that bad. Like, why that reaction? It's not. Because you're not Baby Girl. I am Baby Girl. Like, I'm gonna be honest, y'all. Whenever I've been a girl's boyfriend, I've actually been their girlfriend, if you know what I'm saying. Like, I am Baby Girl in that sense. I take on the feminine roles of the relationship. I stay at home, I bake the bread. And usually it's my girl standing up for me. So, yeah. So you're a pussy. I'm not a pussy. I just trust my girl. You know what I mean? I trust my girl to do the right thing. Cuck. Listen, man. Nah, I'm not going to continue. I'm not going to continue what I was going to say. I'm not going to say anything more. You are coquette, clean girl aesthetic. You're saying, I trust my girl like you have one. I would trust my girl. Please give your opinions on Drake. It's not a question of if. It's a question of how much when it comes to gay sex on the topic of Drake. That's all I'll say. I'm saying that he has gay sex, not that I mean, I'd have sex with Drake. Okay, I'm gonna be honest. I would have sex with Drake. I would have sex with him, 100%. Like, wouldn't you like? I would do it just for the story alone. And he's like a pretty good looking dude. Like, why not? Yeah, I'd have sex with Drake. He'd probably give me money. He'd probably like fly me out. He would take care of me. Like, yeah, I would. This is why you're the realist? Thank you. What's up, Max GGs? Of course, Max GG starts chatting when he hears the word gay. Dude, you're bullying like a middle schooler right now. Oh my god. Oh fuck. Dude, I'm in my drinking cold water era. Like, holy shit. If I had like a huge tub of it in front of me like a horse, oh my god. Room temp water? No. Room temp water tastes like if your dad soaked his toes in that water for a little bit before you drank it. Like, it just doesn't, it feels weird. Cold water is like is kind of like, it's refreshing. It kind of cools you down on the inside. Especially good for me because I have a really warm heart. So, you know. Wait, I had like something really cool to talk about, and then I forgot it because my brain is like terrible right now. I don't know what I was gonna say. Oh, well, this isn't what I was gonna say, but it's kind of interesting. This like huge Estonian actor came out a couple days ago and was like, well, he didn't come out of the closet before you get excited, but he came out as like a cocaine addict. He was like, I've been using, like, over the last 10 years, I've been using a lot of cocaine, but I'm clean now. And it was like something that like kind of destroyed my life. And everyone was like really surprised. Like, I was reading through like comments and shit. Everyone was kind of shocked. And I was like, I thought everybody knew that like the entertainment industry runs on cocaine. And then like he did this like interview on national television talking about it. And then like the interviewer was like, do you worry that you're not going to get as many jobs now that you've come out about this? And it's like, bitch, the people giving him the jobs are probably also doing cocaine. So like they'll probably do, they would probably offer him cocaine alongside with the job. Like, it's like, what are you talking about? It's like, here's the thing, right? And this is just like a random rant that probably nobody gives a fuck about. Estonia has like a huge drug problem, but the bigger problem is that drugs here are so taboo that nobody like, the general public would rather just not acknowledge them. You know what I mean? Like, we got people dying of fucking drug overdoses. So many people are using, but it's like it's the kind of thing where it's like nobody actually wants to acknowledge that it's happening. So then when you have some shit like this where like someone comes out and says, hey, I did like a bunch of cocaine, everyone's like, what? What? I mean, like, come on. Like, most fucking, like, I would say that literally in the entertainment industry, cocaine is like so fucking widely used that it's like, I don't know. It to me, it's kind of crazy to be shocked about it, you know? Do I think that like it's good to normalize it? No, I don't think it's good to normalize it because, you know, cocaine is like a very destructive drug. It's terrible for you. But I don't know, like I don't think society should be so ignorant about it. Good for him though for talking about it. Yeah, no, yeah, it's, you know, it is good to talk about these things. It's good to be in the open about it. And yet alcoholism is so normalized in Europe. See, that's also, a very big problem I have, where I was reading through a lot of the comments, and you could tell that a lot of people, even though they're like kind of trying to be supportive, they do hold a lot of judgment towards drug users and drug addicts. And then they'll be like, "Oh, I've never even tried a drug." And it's, even though this argument is like kind of like been beaten to death already, alcohol is a drug. And it's very frustrating when people who indulge in alcohol act like they are morally superior to those that do drugs. Because really, the only difference is that alcohol is the kind of drug that it kind of, it won. It was allowed to be legal. There was a period where alcohol wasn't legal. For example, in the US, the Prohibition era. So like, it's a drug as much as anything else. And it's a very destructive drug. It destroys families. So it's like, I don't know, like I don't cast judgment on anyone for doing anything. At the end of the day, it's your life, it's your decision. But it's like, I just don't like the hypocrisy of it, And I mean, on the subject of alcohol, I'm not gonna lie, guys. I got a bunch of alcohol, and I'm excited to drink a beer soon. I probably won't do it tonight, just because I'm like so clapped mentally right now with this brain fog I have. But like in the next few days when I feel better, I'm gonna crack open a cold beer, and I'm gonna have a goddamn time of my fucking life. Okay, and I'm excited for it. I really am. I think it's gonna be a great day for me. And I also got a bottle of wine so that soon I can get in my bath and just sit there and drink a glass of wine, and everything will be okay. I lost my ID, so I can't get alcohol. Easy, just shave a receding hairline onto your head, and you will never get ID'd again. Wine stream. Listen, I only want to do drunk streams if there's like a purpose for it, I like every time I've gone live and I've just gone drunk with no purpose. It just like there's like no point to it. So like I'll only do it if there's like a good reason to do it. Which, I mean,
Why you got so many necklaces? Why you got necklaces?
My birthday is coming up. So Dance Tree, thanks for 17 months. Thanks. No, I've never done balloons. I have friends who've done balloons, but I'm not gonna lie, with like balloons and like whippets or whatever, I don't really want to do those, because I feel like the like risk of giving yourself brain damage is just way too high. like I don't want to. I don't know. I don't know. I'm like, I've tried my fair share of things, but there are things where I'm like, I don't really need this. Like cocaine's one of them. I've never done it. I didn't mean to start rubbing my nose as I said that. I've never done it, and I don't really see myself doing it. Doesn't seem like it's worth it, So it seems unpleasant. Well, I have friends who have done it in the past, and I've interviewed them about it because that's what I do. I'm a very curious person. And it just doesn't seem like it's worth it. It's a very like short high, and it kind of like fucks up your nose a little bit, and it's addictive. So it just doesn't really seem like it's worth it. So expensive also. Yeah, it's not really like a I think with cocaine, if you poor people can have it, but they'll get like the really watered down, like shitty stuff where you gotta like probably do like 10 lines to feel anything. Like coke is very much like kind of like a richer people thing, you know. Which is why so many people in entertainment do it, because they have a lot of money, they need to feel a little bit amped up. So I don't know anything about drugs, but acid sounds scary. The thing about psychedelics is that scientifically they are the more harmless drugs, but you have to make sure if you are going to participate that number one, they are compatible with you, and number two, that you are in the right environment for it, in the right headspace. Like you can't overdose on them. You can't like die from an overdose of typically like mushrooms or LSD, you know, like it's not really possible. But if you have like a pretty deep history of like mental illness, or you're not in the right situation with the right people, you should probably avoid it, because it can have long-term effects on you. Have you had a really bad trip before? I have never had a bad trip, but that's because I did years of research before I did it, and I purposefully waited until the right moment. I had many moments where I could have done them beforehand, but like it just didn't feel right, so then I didn't do them. And then I was in moments where I felt comfortable, I felt at ease, and I did them, and you know that's exactly what you should kind of look for. You shouldn't. I always have this conversation. Whenever I talk about drugs on stream, because I know that a lot of you guys are teenagers, and you're kind of entering this phase of your life where drugs are ever present. Number one, don't do drugs. But number two, if you're gonna do them, be safe about it. Don't take drugs from strangers. Do them in the right environments. Do them with the right people. And if you're gonna get into like the kind of heavier stuff, which you really shouldn't, but if you are going to, you should probably have like drug testing kits, because there's a lot of stuff that is laced. You know? So and I think everybody should learn more about drugs, even if you're not going to do them, just in case you have friends that do them, so you have a better understanding of what's going on, and how to, you know, like be there for your friends. And also, you know, I think it's good to become aware of how I don't know, the history of drugs and like the drug trade industry, and how it's affected South American countries, how it's affected minority communities, mostly at the hands of the US government. I think it's good to like learn about all that, because there's a lot of evil shit in there that it's good if you're aware of it. So, yeah, I don't know. That's really all I have to say. Like even weed. I sound like an old man when I say this, but if you're on the younger side, go easy with the weed. Like honestly, you probably shouldn't be smoking every day when you're in high school. It's not good for your brain. Like it's you'll reach like 21 and you'll be like, fuck. Like there's definitely like my short-term memory definitely isn't as good as it should be at this age, because maybe I went a little bit too hard. But also like, what I will tell you this is that if you go through like long periods of smoking a lot of weed, your brain will feel like mashed potatoes, but if you stop smoking for a while, eventually you'll feel better. Like it's not as permanent as it feels in the moment, you know? And obviously it has like different effects on everybody, so yeah, I don't know. Weed is one of the worst drugs, IMO, because of its perception of harmless. It zombifies you. I think obviously everybody has their own experience with weed, and I have had a lot of good times with weed, and I've had a lot of good memories made with it. But there is something to be said about the fact that like the fucking hardcore weed people, they're a little bit like annoying about it, and you can't. I think there's like circles where you can't really open up to the fact that, oh yeah, no, like I actually really didn't like smoking weed, without them debating you about it, you know? Being like, well, you know, like it affects every person differently. It's like, yeah, everything does. Like literally everything on this fucking earth affects people differently. And weed does have a lot of great benefits to it. A lot of people do get help from weed. Like I also think it's kind of like a dumb thing to be like, oh, weed doesn't work for me, so everybody else must be lying. Like I think there's a lot of people that they actually do see like really good benefits from weed, whether it be like their mental health issues or even their, you know, physical health, with like pain relief and stuff. But yeah, I mean, I was kind of like, when I was like 14 or 15, literally like all I would ever see on the internet was just like, oh dude, weed is like the fucking best. It's like the most chill thing ever. It's like you'll never have like a scary high. and then you get really high for the first time, like too high, and you look down at your body and you're like, oh fuck, like is this even my body? And then you're like, oh shit. And nobody prepared you for that. Like I think it's fine to say like, dude, yeah, like for example, McDonald's tastes amazing on weed. Like it's like some of the greatest food you'll ever have. Like it's life-changing. But also there is a chance that you might get too high, and then you look down at your body and like it feels like your nipples are falling off. Like that is something that happens. Or maybe you'll turn to your left and your friend's eyes feel like they're getting bigger, but they're not. It's just like you're just kind of freaking out. Like that is something that happened to me when I smoked LA weed for the first time. Because, you know, like smoking Estonian weed is like smoking grass. Like it's pretty fucking terrible. So then I went to LA where it's like everything's like fucking 105% THC, fucking crazy kush from the Colorado mountains, fucking delivered down by the fucking hands of God. And you know, you're smoking with your friends your LA friends that are fucking smoking this shit every day, and you think you can keep up, and then you realize, oh shit, and you just kind of sit there and you're like, oh wait, I'm how old was I during this? Like I must have been like, I guess I was 20. I was like, man, I'm 20 and I'm on the other side of the planet. Where's my mommy? Like, that's literally like the kind of like brain waves I was entering. But I was at the table with like a bunch of people, so I was like, nah, I gotta be chill. And then like I remember while I was having this kind of like moment in my head, my friend looks at me and was like, wow, man, you're like the chill high, aren't you? Like you just kind of like to sit there. And I'm like, uh-huh. And in my head I'm like, dude, like if I screamed for my mom right now, like she would be on the other side of the planet. Like she wouldn't be able to get to me. I went into this like 5-year-old mode. But then after that, I'm not gonna lie, I had a lot of fun with it. Even if I, you know, spent the next 2 weeks perpetually high. Yeah. The first time I took edibles was at this party from this random dude that I didn't know, which is also something that you shouldn't do. When a random man comes up to you with this pouch and says, do you want an edible? Don't say yes. Because that's what I did. And I mean, I don't think anything really went wrong, but I did get really high, and I was high for probably like 4 days. So don't take weed from strangers because you don't even know how much you're taking. So I don't know. I felt really bad because in Amsterdam, an unnamed streamer got really high next to me, and I was like, I'm gonna scare them and be funny, but apparently that's really traumatizing. Yeah, don't do that. Historically speaking, whenever people have tried to fuck with me when I'm high, let's just say the dog bites. All right, let's just the dog bites. I have been in moments where maybe I have been cornered while high, and let's just say the dog has growled and it's bit. But also, like, I mean, okay, if we're gonna do a weed stream, I might as well just like cover all of it, right? Let's just talk about all this shit. Like, I think there was a moment in my life where, like, weed kind of helped me face a lot of shit that I didn't want to face. Because I would get high and then my mind would be like, hey, you have this problem in your life, and I'd be like, fuck no, I can't think about it. Which was really scary, but it kind of, you know, it did make me face it head on, which was great. So I don't know, it helped in that way, I guess. I confronted some of my issues. But yeah, I don't know. It has its ups and downs. I don't really smoke it right now. I'm just kind of, I don't really do anything right now. Like I said, I just lay in bed and I stare at the ceiling because I'm like so disassociated. In the last like week or two at least, like holy shit. Even right now, I'm kind of sitting here and I'm like, I don't know what's going on. I wish I could get panic attack high. I want to deal with that at least one time to build character. No. You don't. You don't. I've never really had like one that's like that bad. Like I've never really had like a full-blown panic attack while high. Like a couple times I just got a little bit anxious and I curled up in a ball and like I got a little bit sad. Well, that's a little bit of an understatement. Like I got, you know, it's definitely like an intense thing, but I've never really reached panic attack levels. But I think that's just because I don't know. I went to therapy a lot as a teenager, and it just I'm like pretty good at dealing with an incoming panic attack. I can usually tell when like one's approaching, so I already know the steps to take. And sometimes it like, you know, slips through the cracks. But I don't know, therapy helps with that. I haven't panicked from it. The worst that ever happened to me was I had to sit completely still because I couldn't move. The crazy thing about most drugs is that if you take them sitting down, you'll think they're not hitting, and then when you stand up is when it really starts to happen. That's like how I felt with like everything I've done. I think it's like you sit there and you're like, man, this ain't shit. Like this is weak as fuck. And then you stand up and it all hits you like a truck. Like it's like, I don't know. That's why it's so easy to get too drunk on stream. Yeah, with even alcohol, it's the same thing. Where like, I've had moments where like I'm sitting in a bar and I have like a friend that keeps getting me drinks.
I got hit by a bus, bro.
So,
Hey Aksel, I'm 17 and I feel so lost and depressed in life. Do you have any advice for someone trying to find happiness and trying to figure out what adult life is like?
Well, first of all, you're 17. You won't know what adult life is like until like probably like 7 or 8 more years. Like I don't know what it is like really. You don't need, that's not really something that needs to be in your mind right now. And second of all, I don't know, like here's the thing is, right, the things that I was depressed about when I was 17 are not really even something that I think about at all anymore. it's like, I don't know, you just kind of got to let years do its job. If you have access to therapy, that helps a lot. But at the end of the day, it's just, you know, you got to work with the years. Because I don't know, it's tough. It's tough because everyone has like different shit to worry about, especially at that age. And like I felt like my problems were kind of like life ending, but they weren't really. And I actually had no idea like what was going on in my life. And that's not to like patronize or anything. That I'm just like kind of sharing my own experience. I thought I knew a lot more than I actually did. Which probably made me more depressed because I was kind of like pursuing the wrong issues. So everyone wants to know, but do you really? Adult's life is very freeing. You do what you want, but at the same time, you have to make decisions to keep living. Yeah, I mean, it's like a double-edged sword. Like, I would never go back to actually like being a teenager. I would never go back to being a kid. There are like sometimes I do feel like that where I'm like, I have so much responsibility. I don't want to deal with any of this. Like, this is all so fucking whatever. But it's like I don't actually I don't know, like I wouldn't trade it. I do enjoy the fact that I can do what I want. My friends are like a lot less judgmental now. I have like more goals and inhibitions. I do more with my life now. Like I don't know. I wouldn't trade it. I have no interest in trading it. It's a little tricky, but it's really not that bad. I panic attacked my car once, and then a police officer approached me, and he thought I was helping. It's kind of hilarious, like how little the police actually help with anything. Do you recommend going to a therapist instead? Because I'm scared they'll be based on like old ass 80s psychology. I mean, like, okay, the thing is that Estonian, like, a lot of the perimeters in Estonian psychiatry are not really like great. I wish I could like name examples off the top of my head, but my brain is so like fucking mashed potatoes right now. But I remember reading this thing recently where somebody listed off like all the things that are listed as mental illness in the kind of like Estonian law, and it's a bunch of like weird things that feel very outdated to be that way. Like I think asexuality is considered a mental illness. Yeah, exactly. It's considered a mental disorder, which is like, that's like kind of like very insane. But I would say that that doesn't really apply to actual therapists. I think there's a lot of therapists, especially the younger ones, that I think they just kind of work in their own way, on their own morals and their own guides. Like, I've never had a therapist that was homophobic. I've never had all the therapists I've had, even if I wasn't particularly compatible with them, they were way more progressive than the average person, because they are actually they've actually fucking read up on people. You know what I mean? They understand the human psyche more than a bunch of fucking, you know, the general person or whatever. So anyways, put a 1 in chat if you're gay. Thank you. My therapist is awesome. He loves Family Guy. That is awesome. Kova, shut up. Think of the $5. Dan's Tree. Rebecca, Monica, Spider Janes. Think of the 5 months. I mean, sometimes asexuality can be caused later in life by childhood trauma or bad sexual experiences. I mean, you could be said that could be said about like any sexuality. You know, there's like so many like factors that go into sexuality that can happen with literally anything, you know. But it's like, I think categorizing it as a mental disorder is not productive. Because, you know, the word disorder means out of order. It means we need to like kind of try to get it back in order, which isn't really necessary, you know. If someone's asexual, they're asexual. That's their fucking life, you know, and they can be perfectly happy as an asexual being, you know. They don't need to they don't gotta adjust. Shuffling through therapists who aren't equipped for more severe stuff is frustrating, especially when it's obvious, but they don't tell you. Yeah. I don't know. There's a lot of, I've had some crazy ass therapists where I'm like, this shit is fucking missing. Like, this shit is not hitting at all. I think my therapist hates me and wants me dead. I don't know if any of them really want you dead. To be fair, having a therapist that wants you dead would be fucking crazy. Like, imagine your therapist telling you to kill yourself. That'd be fucking... Like, I'm not gonna lie, like, my... a therapist has that power, like, for real, though. It's probably happened to someone. Most things that you can imagine have probably happened to someone. No matter how ridiculous the scenario, it most likely has happened to someone. Psychiatrists are actually crazy, though. Depends. I think some of them are a little bit overworked, so they don't really pay that much attention to you. And they're just kind of like looking to get you in the door and then out the door. So they'll just like give you a test and then, you know, just fucking prescribe you some random shit. Because that's what happened to me when I was a teenager. Tom Cruise said that psychiatry is a myth. Yeah, well, he's a Scientologist, so. Kind of feels like all psychiatrists want you to die. Sometimes it feels like that because they kind of like get to the root of your issues way too quick. They don't like ease you into it, man. They're just like, this is your fucking issue, and you're like, oh fuck. Like, oh shit, I wasn't ready for that. Like, we gotta have like 2 more sessions before you lay this on me. Are Scientologists bad? Yes, very bad. It's not a real religion, it's a cult. Scientology is a religion invented by a fucking failed sci-fi writer. What's wrong with cults? They're like generally like pretty abusive to the people in them.
Why you got so many necklaces?
Eliza, thanks for the 30 months. Thanks a lot.
Hey, hope you've been well, Aksel.
My grandma was in a cult. It happens. Dude, I knew it was fucking Jacob Collier, man. As soon as I heard this motherfucker in my ears, I was like, is that Jacob Collier? I look at my Spotify. It is him. Man, this man always be in your ear with this shit. It's nice, though, I guess. You're upset with that, man? I'm not. This is the Rainforest Cafe playlist. It has 8 likes. I was gonna ask if you listened to him. I listened to like a couple tracks. Do you not like Jacob? I don't have anything against him. I think he's just, I don't know. I think Jacob Collier is, I think he's a very, very talented guy. He's very smart. But I think a lot of his like music mostly appeals to people that are kind of like music nerds like him, where you can like understand why what he's doing specifically is so impressive. But like I'm not really like that, so I don't really, I can't say that I really care, you know? Hey Asia, shut the fuck up. Like seriously. You're fucking annoying. His live show changed my life. Yeah, I bet it did. I bet it did. Like he has a couple songs where I'm like, this is good, but a lot of it is just like, I don't know. I don't really like get it. And he did produce Good Days by SZA, I think. So he does a lot of like production for other artists now too, so you've probably like heard a song that he's worked on. I don't know. We're gonna watch the Super Bowl? No. Absolutely not. I just don't I don't know if it's possible for me to ever understand American football. Like I've watched it before and it just seems very boring. Not that boring, but okay. Seb, I can always count on you to defend like the most American shit of all time. I think if you grew up watching it, you know, you probably like it. But as someone that did not grow up watching it and watches other sports, I think it's pretty boring, you know. And like the sports that I like, others will probably find boring. That's just how sports is. Yeah, I don't know. Recently, I have grown to be aware of how just like annoying a lot of sports fans are, and how it is just like a lot of like, I don't know, because I am a sports fan myself, and I love sports, and I love talking about sports, but like, I don't know. People get so angry about it. I don't understand. It's an outlet, you know. It's a people go to work and they have to like put up with their life. So I guess like being able to I think being able to be passionate about something that is like has nothing to do with you and like at the end of the day doesn't really have any effects on your life is like an outlet, you know, a good outlet for it. And also it's like a very huge like cultural thing too, I guess. My mom won't let me go to my dream school because it's out of state's rival football team. College sports in the US is crazy. Like people take that shit seriously. Which makes it even crazier that like up until recently, like nobody was even really like talking about the student athletes getting paid. When they literally like were a part of this huge industry. Bringing in so much money for absolutely like, oh, they get a scholarship, you know, like no, they should be fucking compensated because this is their labor that is like providing all this. The brain damage caused by football is crazy. I mean, yeah, look at OJ. Like seriously. That's probably why he like started behaving the way he did. Was because he got brain damage from football. And he's not the only like ex NFL player that has murdered people because of brain damage. Dude, I gotta stop eating these gummy bears. Yeah, CTE. Because, I mean, when you do watch football, like, those motherfuckers are getting thrown around, man. Holy shit. It doesn't matter that, like, they got those big-ass suits on. Like, they're a bunch of, like, knights going to war. When you get a concussion, you get a concussion, man. I remember, like, watching Shay Carl's vlogs when I was a kid. And his, like, little brother getting a concussion in a high school football match. And, like, looking back at it, I was like, bro, Motherfuckers should not be getting concussions when they're in high school. Like, that is terrible. I don't know if I've ever been concussed, but I think it's probably the last thing I need in my life, to be fully honest. Like, if I got a concussion right now, I think it would be it for me. This, combined with COVID, my little COVID brain, I'd be fucked up. If I ever have a son, he has to be a nerd because I will never let my child play football. Didn't Obama say something like that? Oh yeah, Obama said, I wouldn't let my son play pro football. I would not let my son play pro football, Obama said. It's important to say that Obama said pro football, meaning there's a chance he'd let his son play Pop Warner football. What the fuck is Pop Warner football? This just looks like football. I would never let my child play rugby. Dude, rugby is so gay. It's for kids, I think. Oh. See, it's like... Are these kids tackling each other like they would in like the pro football? I like, that's not good. These kids probably shouldn't be doing that. I would never let my child be a Twitch streamer. I would never let my child be a Twitch chatter. If you had to save Weston or Kalen from a burning building, who would you save? Like, what the fuck? What are these, like, chatters today? What the fuck? I would literally, like, save both, man. You know what I mean? Like, I'd sacrifice myself. Would you rather save your mom or me? Be honest. I think I'd save my mom. Probably. I'm sorry. Like, you'd probably die in that scenario. I'm sorry. Wow. I mean, you're not even subbed. Like, I'm sorry. I don't mean to like make this about a sub, but like you're not even subbed to me. Like I don't know like why you would even expect anything different. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that like a sub would change it, but like I feel like having a sub would at least kind of like explain the audacity to ask that. Would you rather have $1 billion or ban a chatter that's really annoying? I'm not gonna lie, like banning that Asia motherfucker earlier felt really good. It felt really good. So I think I'd rather just ban someone. The fact that you remember their name? Of course I remember their name, because at one point it was like 50% of the chat with the same dumb fucking shit. How could I ever forget? And I was like really trying to like kind of like side-eye it to like maybe signal you guys to like maybe like spam the chat with random shit, but then like the chat stopped moving. And like literally all there was just this one person, and I was like, oh my fucking god, this is a nightmare. Like, I get it though. Sometimes, because you always say to ignore it. Yeah, like you can still ignore it, and you know, like maybe like put like a silly emote in chat. You don't need to like attack them. You can just, you know, like move on with your day. I feel like ever since I said to ignore it, it's like the chat stops. Everyone's like, everyone's like, fuck, well, I don't know what else to do. There was nothing to put at that moment. See, here's the difference, right? If you compare mine and Stonepa's chat, I think it's because my chat is just like a bit older, and we've been doing this for like way longer. We're like the old dogs, you know what I mean? Like, we don't use emotes as much anymore. Like, we don't randomly put emotes. You look at Stonepa's chat, those little ADHD motherfuckers are spamming emotes 24/7. Like, when Stompa is quiet for 1 second, they've sent like 25 emotes in. You know what I mean? We've been doing this for so long now. This old like emote song and dance, that like, as if it isn't majority the same people. I don't think it's like that many same people anymore. Like the active chatters, I think we have a lot of similar lurkers. But when I look at Stonepa's active chatters, I don't recognize half of them. I think there's like a divide happening, which is, I mean, I think that's fun. I think we share like a lot of the same audience, but I definitely think that Stonepa's kind of like developing his own audience more, because I honestly, like, I look at his chat and I don't know most of those people. And the one time I went in there to on New Year's when he was doing the drunk stream, and I told him to like take it easy, a lot of his chat got really mad at me, and I realized it's because like they don't really know who I am. Like, it was just a bunch of names that I've never seen before getting really like irrationally angry at me because I didn't want my friend to drink more. Which, by the way, I made mental notes of some of those people, and I remember them. Even though I myself was insanely drunk, I remember the people that were rude to me, and the next time I see them, it'll be noted. No, actually, I don't know why I said that. I don't really care that much. I just said that because, like, it was just words were coming out of my mouth. OMG, a spider. See, that's awesome, Hoover. My Cool Dog hoodie still hasn't come in. I keep emailing. Are you serious? Are they like ghosting you? Send your order number to my email at aksually@gmail. I'm gonna go to them directly because that fucking pisses me off. I wish I knew how I am perceived as an Aksually chatter. Well, you're probably one of the normal ones because I don't really like have anything crazy to say. There's like a few days ago we were sitting in call, we were kind of like talking about like what are the good chatters. And I'm not going to name any names because I don't want people to get egos, but like some names were brought up, and like there were some names where I didn't even recognize them. Like I felt like I had never seen them, and then I would look up their logs and they were like incredible. Like there's this one person who literally all they ever do is send emotes. They don't say anything. They just say omega lol. They say, you know, they say hi, they say goodbye. They don't say anything else. And it's like fucking amazing. Like genuinely.
White people be like,
oh, there we go. Oh yeah, you want me to like pick you over my own mother. That's why you subbed. That's the only reason why you subbed. When I said even if you were subbed, I don't know if like I would. I'm just saying, you know, now you kind of have the right to ask that question, but the answer would probably still be my own mother. But thanks for the sub, Maxed. Thanks.
white people be like,
Hi.
The way I name dropped 70% of the people typing right now in that call. No, like the things that Stompa said was crazy, man. Like he called them out, man. No, it wasn't really like that. Kelpoid, thank you. Do you have a good memory? Not right now, no. Do something fun? No. Scared to see my logs. I mean, I doubt that they're that bad, to be honest with you.
Why you got so many necklaces? Why you got
Breadstick Lord,
necklace?
thank you for the 10 months.
Slay.
Thank you, thank you. Am I an annoying chatter that you'd kill? You just want attention so bad. Like, like I said, I wouldn't really kill anyone because it would inconvenience my life too much. And I'd rather just not deal with any of that. I've sent like 40k messages in this chat. I'd rather KMS than have you see them. Okay, but if you had to. If I had to kill someone, would I do it? I mean, that's like that question is kind of silly because like if I had to, I would, because I would have to. You know what I mean? I wouldn't have a choice. I would have to. Would you rather kill 4 or 5 people? I mean, like I'd rather kill 4. If that's like, you know, I'd rather kill 4. Like that's not even the. See, the thing is like that's not even like the trolley exercise where like, would you rather like pull the switch? Are you gonna kill 1 or 2 people? Like that's kind of like a different thing where it's like obviously I'd still kill the 1, but like I'd feel bad about it because I could have, you know, changed the route of the trolley and killed those other people instead. No, I don't want to kill 4 people. I don't have any interest in killing people. You're gonna kill Weezer. If anyone killed Weezer, then I would have like a reason to kill someone. You know what I mean? Like then I would have like a reason for vengeance. Would you rather kill someone you know or 5 people in chat? I mean, fuck it, dude. Let's do the people in chat. I mean, like, let's be honest. Statistically speaking, at least one of them will be like a kind of annoying person. So it'll be worth it. Can we please have this emote? I mean, sure. You're not getting another sub from me. Like, okay, realistically speaking, you would be less likely to die if you were a sub. I'm not saying that that would be the case, but I'm just saying it probably would be the case. Like, I'm not saying that your life is worth less if you're not a sub. What I'm saying is that I would feel a little bit weirder killing someone that has given me like a bunch of money. You know what I mean? Like, does that make sense? Oh, so you'd select it to be random.
White
So
people
you
be
would
like,
select it wouldn't be
Please
random.
don't kill
How
me.
cunning and cunty. How cunning and cunty. Neva the Diva, thanks to Prime. Cryptcore, thank you.
Why you got so many necklaces? Why you got necklace?
Sikun.
So you'd rather kill someone less fortunate. Okay, like, well, it's not about that. It's just about the fact that it would feel more personal if I killed a sub. You know what I mean? And like, here's the thing is like, if that were to happen, which by the way, this would never happen. I'd never kill any of you guys, okay? Just to like, you know, like sure, I've roughed up a couple of fans at a meetup before, but that was, you know, that's like a bit me and Hoover do where we organize fist fights with fans and it's kind of fun. Like it's a tradition. Everyone like enjoys it. But that it's like not lethal. Anyways, I wouldn't kill any of you. Not at all. But if I had to, I would, you know, the non-subs would probably go first. I'm safe. Or I could do mods. You know what? It's like, maybe I'll just do the mods. Because like, yeah, look, everyone's laughing. Everyone's having a good time. Like, yeah, let's just fucking do the mods. I can get new ones. It's fine. I'm actually so fine with that. See? Everyone's happy. The mods are happy. I give you so much money. Please spare me. Well, realistically speaking, I've said that so much. Realistically speaking, even if I do mods, I said do. Even if I do mods, like you're not all gonna get chosen because I have so many fucking mods. Because like every time I feel like even slightly inconvenienced by chat and like the little mosquito that's buzzing in my ear isn't immediately like permabanned by a moderator, I just add a new mod. And then I realized like now I think I have a bunch of mods that I don't think they've ever done anything. Because when they're like the only mod in chat and they kind of have to do something, they don't know how to do it. They don't know how to do it. they're like a little lost. They're like, oh my god, like what's going on? How do I do this? Which like is fair because you know we have the heavy lifters. We have the heavy lifters. You need mod school? You know, I feel like we used to kind of have a mod school, but you know, things changed. Can you be real? No. Maybe if you paid us. Maybe if you guys paid me, I'd pay the mods. Like, let's be honest for a second. Favorite Barbie movie? I think the Barbie movies would be so cunt if they weren't fucking 360p. I think they'd be so good. But they are like fucking, they're so horrible quality. Hello, just use your imagination. My picks. Okay. Interesting. Nah, dude, I'd never kill Max GG's. Like, I'm gonna be fully honest. I would never kill him. On my list of like priorities. I don't know why this conversation is still ongoing. Never gonna kill anyone, by the way. Just gonna remind you guys that. Never killing anyone. But if I were to, Max GG's would be very low on the list of priorities. It's like I don't have any, reason. No beef. There's no beef. I love Max GG's. Neutral figure. Kind of like, Max GG's is kind of like the Switzerland of the streaming community. Just very neutral. Who would be high on that list? I'm not going to say who would be high on that list because I think that's like a bannable offense. Because that would be like, I don't know if I'm allowed to say that. I don't have a list. I don't even know who would be high on top of it. Nobody would be. You know what? This list wouldn't even exist. Because guess what? I'm not going to be in this scenario. My eyes are barely open, by the way. I'm starting to realize. Are you going to fall asleep again? No. Again. I mean, I'm not going to... that's like a kind of an interesting thing to say because technically, that could be said about everyone. Like, what are you going to fall asleep again? Like, you fell asleep yesterday. What are you going to fall asleep again? Anyways, hit that sub button if you like more content like this. My autocorrect is making
White
me
people
look
be
so
like-
bad. I hate chatting. Luco! What the fuck? Nick got a random sub? I mean, that feels rigged. I'm not gonna lie, if I was you guys, I'd be pretty fucking pissed off because that guy can pay for his own sub. But thank you for the sub. Thank you so much. Like, if I was you guys, I'd be pretty furious. Thoughts on doing an IRL Hunger Games with chat? I mean, like, let's be honest. Do any of you actually have survival skills? You don't. All right. You watch Twitch. No disrespect, but it's just the truth. Okay? You probably would not survive very long. Oh, God. I just moved my body for the first time in like 4 hours. It felt weird. Would you sacrifice yourself to save everyone in the chat? Look, probably yeah, but I wouldn't do it for the selfless reasons that you think I would. I would do it because if all my viewers died, I would probably have to like rebuild my audience. And that's just really annoying, the concept of that. So like, I would probably just like end up dying anyways. I would end up a dying, starving artist. So I might as well just sacrifice myself, make myself look like a hero, and turn into one of those like folklore kind of characters where it's like this man sacrificed himself to save so many people. That's 480 people. I swear to God, I hope you would. Thank you for letting me know. If you died, what do you want to do with your body? I don't know. I don't really care. I'm going to be dead. You can do whatever you like. I know that's not, I shouldn't say that. Don't, there's limits. Not you guys anyways. You guys are not going to have access to my body. So, I don't know. Can I taxidermy you for Cool Dog? Yeah, you know what? Go ahead, man. I thought you said I had access to your body anytime. That's really scary. Ugh. How are you feeling right now? I feel pretty exhausted. I just really want this to end. Like, not the stream, the illness. Like, it's so, like, it's such a nothing burger, but it's there. And, like, I'm just so tired. It's, like, a little bit depressing.
Vos Urfav fan.
Max GG's, thanks for tuning in, and have a good night. Parisi. Who's my favorite fan? They're all my favorite. I love them all so dearly. You and Stomp are the only people I say goodnight to. Feel special. Interesting. Do you guys think ramen expires? The expiry dates, even when they exist, are nothing but a suggestion, to be honest with you. You know, people used to eat really crazy things. And they lived long enough for the seed to spread, the generation to happen. It's like 1 year old, can I eat it? I mean, what's the worst that could happen? Go ahead. I ate one bite of expired cereal with expired milk. Well, expired milk is a little bit of a more like crazy scenario, I think. Like, I don't know. Hello, Wubby. Are you saying that I look like Pay Money Wubby? Well, that's a new one. Can you make cheese with expired milk or not? I don't know. You know, as someone that loves to fucking eat cheese all the time, I really just don't know very much about it. Like, I have no fucking idea what I'm eating. I'll just eat it, and, you know, sometimes sometimes they put like mold on it, and then they say, this is actually good mold, you can eat it. And then I just trust them for some reason. Like, would I trust them if they gave me like mold in some other form? I don't know. Probably wouldn't. I've not done any research into, is this mold actually good? I just trust these cheese people for no reason. I mean, I guess it's like, you know, everybody else. Kombucha. Well, I don't like kombucha because it's like made out of these like moving funguses that like have mouths and they talk. String cheese is the funnest cheese. Is string cheese like the thing that you shoot out of the can? Like, bzz. No. What's string cheese? Oh. Oh. Cheese sticks. Oh. I mean, yeah, I guess those are the best ones if you're like fucking 6 years old. Nah, I'm kidding. I don't hold any judgment. That was just a little bit of banter, you know? A little bit of banter with everybody. Bro hates Wisconsin. Don't really know enough about it to hate. Which I think is a good position to take and something that people should say more. You know? Which also, by the way, ugh. I think I'm actually like done with the Grammys. Like I'm like and it's just because like I was just like watching the fucking people talk about it after like Harry's win, and I was like people just say shit. Like the whole like, oh, Adele left during Harry's speech. Like she didn't though. She didn't. And it was just like this stupid thing that people ran with. Like people really, they want to project so hard. You really think Adele cares that much? Like, you do realize like that all those people, they probably like got together at the after party and they had a good time while your ass was on Twitter fucking foaming at the mouth. You know, like at the end of the day, they're all a part of the elite and we're all sitting in our fucking moldy bedrooms arguing about whose rich person is better. That's really all it is. She already said Beyonce should have won. Yeah, but that's like, you know, obviously. But that's like very different from what people were saying, where it's like, oh, she was making faces and it was like this like fucking 2-pixel fucking picture, and then it's like her adjusting her position for a little bit, so people saying like, oh, she walked out, she was so outraged by Harry Styles winning that she walked out of the ceremony. Like she didn't though. She's literally like 5 seconds later it pans back to her being in the same exact position clapping. You know what I mean? Like people were like so desperate to like project this narrative, and it was just like, oh, it's like such like sheep behavior. Like it's so weird. Also, like British solidarity. Exactly. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Sometimes it's like, I don't know. I don't know, to be honest. I don't, my brain is like, there's little bubbles coming out of it. She probably thought OMG so true when he said this doesn't happen to people like us. Yeah, I don't know. I think this year I just kind of realized, like, I just don't. It's like these awards like so fucking unserious at this point that it's like I don't even care to watch them ironically. Like, I don't know. It's all just a big fucking nothing. I don't mean to get all like nihilist in here, but like it's just like so like the nominees and like everything is just so behind what is actually happening that like it's just, I don't know. If they modernize it, which I don't know how they would do, but if they modernize it, I'll watch, sure. But it's like in its current state, can't be fucked, honestly. Also, you know what the crazy thing is? For some reason, TikTok put me on fucking Chris Brown TikTok. And for the first time in my life, I actually like was in this bubble of people that are like fully like supportive of Chris Brown. I had never before seen this echo chamber. And like literally the top comment on all the posts was like, When are people going to stop talking about his past and just admit that he's a really talented performer? And I'm like, well, you say like talking about his past like I don't know, like he was a little grumpy like 5 years ago. Like, no, dude, he like has physically assaulted people repeatedly. He has like a history of violence.
White people be like,
Puppy kiss.
Like it's like his shit's like pretty serious. So like I don't know. There was also like this funny ass video where he was being like, he was doing this performance where like he was attached to the string and the string was like flinging him around the arena. And everyone was saying like, oh my God, it's so crazy how he managed to dance while he was flying around. And I just thought it was like hilarious because it looked like he was freaking out. It looked like he didn't know that there was a string attached to him that was going to pull him around. And he was kind of like, oh my God, help, what's happening? Ugh. So like, I don't know. Weird. A lot of it's weird. I just want like every day that I'm on TikTok, it's just a constant battle for me to like keep getting only animal TikToks, because then I'll have like a few days where it's only animal TikToks and I feel at peace, and then TikTok kind of like slowly starts to like try to insert shit in there thinking that I won't notice, but I notice, all right? I notice and I don't want it. All right? I just want my little parrots and my dogs. I don't want people. I don't mean to sound like the fucking like, you know, grumpy cat millennial meme or whatever, but I genuinely have no fucking interest in seeing people on my For You page anymore. Like, there's just nothing good about it anymore. I get so many rants. Dude, I get so many like, well, actually, this is the way that this is. And I'm like, okay, even if you're right, I don't fucking give a shit. Like, why am I getting your opinion on my For You page? I didn't fucking ask for this shit. Like, I'm sorry. I just did not consent to seeing this right now. Like, I woke up 5 minutes ago. Like, give me a fucking break for 1 second. I don't need some dude with a mustache to explain, like, some fucking like societal downfall to me. Like, I don't need this right now. Give me at least like fucking, give me like until midday. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, that is my fault. I shouldn't open TikTok after I wake up. That's like a stupid rookie mistake. I'm asking for that to happen, really. But like still, there could be communication where I say to TikTok, let's say that during these hours, you don't give me any fucking ranting men on my For You page. And the app is like, sure, let's do it, you know? Because then maybe I would, but it's like, this app doesn't care for me. Like, I'm talking about this app like it gives a single shit about me. If TikTok was like a physical entity, it would kill me if it meant it saw like a little bit of benefit in its existence. It would kill me immediately. Like, just think about it that way. It doesn't care about me. I don't know why I'm even like talking about this like this isn't common knowledge. I'm talking about this app like it's a person. Like, that's the level I've reached. Anyways, you can tell that I'm falling apart. I'm literally falling apart. Hey, what's up, Big T? Hey, what's up? Hey, what's up? Hey, what's up? What's wrong? Oh, dude. My brain feels so mushy. Mushy. Mushy and poopy. You know what would fix it, Big T? A big kiss from my favorite person named Tanner. Oh, anyways, I might need to cut the stream here. I'm not gonna lie. I don't feel great, to be honest with you. My class just ended. Sorry. I know that these streams are like way too early. But I don't know. I have to go live, otherwise I feel really bad. And I did enjoy myself. Like, I don't want to sound like this was like this chore. I enjoyed myself, and I'm glad I was here. I'm glad I got to talk to you guys. I had a lot of fun, even though half of it was me trying to convince you guys that I wouldn't kill people, that I don't enjoy murder. Which really shouldn't, it shouldn't be that hard to convince, but I really had to fight for my life here, pun not intended. Or whatever. No, Kayak, I wouldn't kill you. Holy shit. Oh wow. Yeah, I'm like, oh god, dude, if I go to sleep right now and I'm gonna sleep for another 20 hours, I'm actually gonna be so bummed out. I want it to end. But I feel like that's what's gonna happen. Like, I feel so, I need to stop complaining. Nobody fucking cares. Shut the fuck up. Anyways, Common Mo, Parisi, Luco, Cryptcore, Neva the Diva, Breadstick, Kelpoid, Max. Thanks, guys. Thanks for the subs. Thanks to all who came out to watch. Thank you guys for watching. Like, seriously. I'm sorry that I'm such a little fucking whiny baby. I can't even speak anymore. Sorry. Anyways, thanks for watching. I had a lot of fun with you.